Okay, everybody. So I just spent over an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the police department, and I found out who reported us, okay, or called the police on me. It was obviously somebody who's watching my Facebook, and they work for Yale. They're a nurse. I know their name, too, but I'm going to keep the name to myself, but I know who you are. You had no right to do this. You were wrong. You even lied. The first cops that came, the cops came twice today while I was at the hospital getting taken care of for my own health issues. I wasn't even here for you to call and accuse of abuse and neglect, okay? I was getting my own self taken care of. So I wasn't even here, and the police knew that, and they found out right away. Second of all, you're a nurse. You work for Yale Health at Home or something like that, or some kind of whatever at Yale. You're a nurse, they said. And I know who you are, and I really want to make sure, I should expose you. Let's just say your name begins with an M, ends with an N. You know who you are. I hope you see this video, because now I'm going to sue you for defamation of character the next time these police come here. I will sue you. I already talked to my lawyer. I will call the police on you. I will sue you. I will sue Yale for what you're doing. Because Donna here, you want to tell them what you just told me? What did you say the first cop told you?
Oh, somebody complained that I was alone too much.
Yes, and what about the bruised? You look bruised?
And I looked bruised.
You look bruised, and so like somebody hit you? So bruised. Are you bruised? Okay, I don't see any bruising on your body. I think I would know. Where are you bruised? Exactly. So you're confirming that you're not bruised, right? So the police told you when they first got here that somebody called the police on me saying that I left you alone and that you look bruised. Has anybody been to this house today? Exactly. Just me and you. Has any of the nurses from Yale or anybody come here?
No.
Exactly. So why am I getting calls from to the police? Why are the police being called by Yale nurses saying that I'm bruising you and neglecting you, leaving you alone?
I looked bruised.
Looked bruised, but you don't have any bruises. And any real nurse who comes and takes care of you here would already know that you don't have bruises, right? All right. And so when the cops came the second time, you called them back the second time, right?
Just to explain things to you.
To explain things to me, but I wasn't here. I was at the hospital.
But
So why did you call the police the second time?
when you get home, to explain it to you.
So you wanted the cops to be able to explain to me who called and why they came here? Is that what you're talking? Okay. Why did you think that was necessary?
Because I didn't want to give you half the story.
Okay. Well, I did go...
You would worry more.
Yeah, I would worry, because I do get worried, because this keeps happening to me, and I'm trying to figure out who's calling the police on us all the time. This happens all the time, right? A lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what, the 6th time this year alone, right? So, I called the police, and I spoke to them on the phone at length, and then I went to the PD myself in person, because I had some business to do there anyway. I had to drop off Donna's old medicine and stuff to be... So I spent an hour and a half talking to the officers who came here, and they said, oh, we already knew it wasn't anything. That you guys, we already know your whole situation. We already have a file on you guys. We already know, everybody's well aware. We know you guys by name, you and Donna. And he even said, he's like, Steven, if nobody's told you this before, you're doing a great job. I'm like, everybody keeps saying that, but yet the cops keep getting called on me. That's a little strange. And so this officer... he's a Christian too, by the way, so he even wanted to pray for me. That it was awesome. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to get him in trouble, because there's a lot of people who like to cause trouble out here in the world, especially against us Christians. And so we talked about all kinds of stuff, and he knows my family. Okay, I'm estranged from them, but they're pretty high up in the police departments. Okay, in New Haven, FBI, all that stuff. So. My father was a cop. He was well-known, world-renowned. He hung out with the biggest politicians, like even presidents and their wives, like Hillary Clinton and stuff. You guys don't know what you're talking about, and you don't know who I am or my family is. Now, what my issue is with my family is nobody's business, but I've already told y'all that they're just whatever. It's neither here nor there. So when you guys keep calling the cops on me, and you're lying and you're saying that that's a serious allegation. I have never hit this woman in my life. Why would I? Okay? I have never bruised her. Okay? I am really angry right now. You're crossing a line. First of all, even the police said, Stephen, first of all, her doctors and mine said it is okay for you to go even up to 6 hours a day if you have to go to work or go take a walk or whatever for your own sanity, for your own health condition, and to give her a break from you as well. It's okay. The police told me, Steve, if you're going to be gone all day or whatever or something, just give us a call so we can check up on her. And so we're aware of it in case anybody calls again on you. But yeah, we already know you don't abuse this woman. We already know you very well. We know her. She's a real sweet woman. We know what's going on, and so don't worry about it. But unfortunately, we do have to come every time somebody calls. But you should know that it's Yale. Somebody from Yale is calling. I said, officer, and I showed him my videos, my Facebook, and I said, I always make Facebook videos. Sometimes Donna's in them, sometimes she's not, most of the time she's not, but it doesn't mean she's not with me. Like yesterday, I made a video, and I was going for a walk with my dog, which I kind of regret now because I'm having disability issues because of that. I knew I was pushing myself too hard, but I wanted to get out and do something for myself. The doctor said it would be good. Well, anyway, Donna wasn't with me because she couldn't go in the woods with me like that, and she was fine. She was staying at home. I think she was going to take a nap or something. She was watching TV, whatever. So I'm allowed to do that. The social workers are aware. Her doctors are the ones who told me to do it, and she doesn't mind. She needs a little break too, And so somebody called saying that I'm leaving her alone too often. Her doctors who like, I'm trying to not say too much, but they told me it's fine. They told her it's fine. In fact, they said as long as she's taken care of, by somebody, I can go away for a weekend or whatever, go on vacation once in a while, or go to work part-time if my body can handle it, if I'm healthy enough to do that. I could work at least 20, 30 hours a week. That's fine. She's got life alert. She's got other people involved. She's fine. I should not have to keep making these videos with her to prove that there's nothing illegal going on. Nobody's abusing her or neglecting her. Don, do I neglect you in any way? Do you ever not get your food or meds? Do I ever hit you?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, this is just... Do you see what I'm
doing too much?
Yeah. Sometimes I do too much, right? She thinks I'm too restrictive on her, too overkill. But
No.
she's... Huh?
You don't need to do every single thing.
I know. She doesn't want me to do so much. She says that she can do more and be more independent, but I don't let her because I don't want her getting hurt. But the point is, I'm very overprotective. But I'm overprotective, not underprotective, and I'm not abusive. We might even argue sometimes. I'm not a lot. We argue. But when you live together in close quarters for 5.5 years straight, you're gonna have arguments over certain things. Her personality is night and day from mine. Like, we're just very... But other than that, like, we're like mother-son. Like, that, And all her doctors and everybody who knows us keeps commending on me on how well I do. And they even said, Steve, you do more than people who get paid to do this do. If you were paying a stranger, they would just do bare minimum. We see how you keep the house. We see that you go above and beyond to decorate for her. You're making her 3 nice meals a day. You're cooking. I mean, you take her everywhere you go. I mean, come on. You're really going up. You don't have a life. She is your life. That's commendable. You don't have to do that, And I'm like, I know, and she knows. And so, what is the issue? What is the issue? Whoever you are, and I know who you are, but I'm sparing you. I promise you. Mark my words, the very next time, one more time you pull this stunt, I am going to expose you all over the entire internet. I so want to say your name right now. The cops told me. I don't want to get them in trouble either. So I'm just going to... But I know you work for Yale, and I know you do nursing, and I know that you're lying. Because you're not just doing a wellness checkup. Because why would you send the police to do a wellness checkup for no reason? You told them, and Donna even told me, right? You told me that the police told you that you were being bruised and battered and left home alone.
No, but I was just bruised.
You're bruised.
Like I was bruised.
Okay, but the police said that the person who called them said that you look bruised. Do you know why they did that? to make, because they know that they have to have a reason to send the cops. Otherwise, they're going to get in trouble for calling the police on me for no reason. So they're lying now, saying that Donna's got bruises all over her, but there has not been any. We had a Yale Health at Home company coming in from. We ended that like a month ago. I told them we no longer need their services. I'm doing everything again. She's doing much better. We don't need the nurse to keep coming doing all the nursing that I do every day. I do all her vitals. I do all her meds. I do everything. I talk to her doctors every week. We go to the doctors. I sit in on. I know what I'm doing. This is what I do for a profession. Like, I was already doing this for years for a company before I decided to just take care of her only. And so I've been doing this for many years. I'm not an idiot. I've had very, very worse clients. I've had people with total dementia, total Alzheimer's. I've had them all. And all the families raved about me. And my clients loved me, and I had them all until they died, except for one I had to quit because of my surgery. Other than that, and he keeps trying to get me back, but I can't go back because of my health. But the point is, he would love to have me back. I'm sick of this. I don't know if this particular person, I have a feeling she's not, but I don't know if this, I don't want to say the name, but I'm pretty sure she's not a Christian. But I will tell you, because there's two nurses by this name. One I know well. She's been coming here through Yale Health at Home for many years. I always ask for her specifically so that she comes to this house, because she's friends with my friends at church. I know her, I see her at church. So we try to keep it Christian and Catholic around here, even with the nurses and doctors. And so I don't think it would be her. Not that one. But there is one that was recently on my Facebook page and unfriended me and then tried to refriend me again 2 days ago. She's also friends with another person I just ran into at the barber shop 2 days ago. They're like best friends. And then all of a sudden I talked to this other high school person I knew from high school, and we talked for about 45 minutes in the barber shop while her son was getting his hair cut. And then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, I get her best friend, who's a nurse at Yale, sends me a friend request. Now, moron, my page is public. There's nothing hidden. So anything that's on my page, you don't need to add me as a friend to see everything. Everything's public. All my photo albums, my videos, everything is public. You don't need to add me as a friend to be able to see if there's anything suspicious, because I am an open book. I don't moderate my pages, first of all. I have someone who does that for me. I got 2 Facebook pages and a couple YouTube channels, and I don't run them. I have somebody who does that for me, another Catholic brother in Canada, actually, who is a well-known author of some popular books, who Father, my gosh, what's his name now? Some famous priests, oh, come on, I can't even think of names right now. My head is killing me right now. Anyway, he endorses this guy. And so me and him are real close friends, and he does all of my internet stuff. I pop on here to do stuff like this myself, and then he edits it or whatever, but I don't add or subtract people from my Facebook page. I don't do I don't manage these accounts. I literally have people who manage my Facebook pages. Everything. So sometimes you're mad at me, it's not even me. I leave it up to my moderator to make decisions sometimes, you know, which is best for the ministry, best for the page, best for me. If there's a problem person or a harasser, they go. I give them permission. I say, listen, use your best judgment. We're trying to build the kingdom, not discourage people. And so I'm just so tired of all the nonsense, honestly, that basically, and I asked the police, I said, do you think it's because of these Facebook videos? Look, and because I do tell everybody everything every day. I use my own personal life experience and testimony. Sometimes I vent, whatever. He's like, yeah, social media is a downfall of a lot of people, but it could be. Maybe she saw that you've been going to the dog park, as you say, or going on trails without Donna, and so she's concerned. But really, there's nothing illegal about it, and we already know that. We already talked to you many times. You've already talked to the doctors about it. It's fine. She's fine. So I don't know. I said, but officer, we discontinued Yale services over a month ago. And in fact, I just talked to, after the police came here, I was already talking at the doctors, at the hospital, I was talking to a social worker from Yale about having them come and meet with me here at the house with Don and I this coming week to get more services, a different kind of service, for her. So they're going to be coming back to the house weekly again anyway. And so I'm not doing anything. Why would I? And even the cop said, yeah, that doesn't make sense. If you were really bruising and beating the woman and neglecting her, why would you hire people from Yale to come and help you take care of her every day? Ah, see? At least the police have a brain. But whoever is causing the trouble for us, and I know who you are now. Oh, I so much, Lord, don't let me say it. But I will next time. Not only am I going to publicly make sure that everyone knows who you are and what you're doing to me and Donna for no reason, but I'm going to sue you. That's right. You think you're going to sue me for defamation of character by slandering me on the internet? Oh, honey, you're already getting me in trouble with the police. That's defamation of character. I already talked to my attorney about this. I'm mad. I do have an attorney. I have an elderly attorney, right? Don't we have an elderly attorney? Okay. I'm not playing around. I have a reputation. Now, those of you who are not Christian may think I'm a cuckoo. I don't care what you think. You're not even going to heaven. You don't even believe in the Bible. Well, we don't care what you think. Me and my household and Donna, we go to church regularly, several times a week. We're Christians. We know what's up. I don't care what you say or think. You think I'm cuckoo because I believe in the Bible and a man in the sky. I'm doing my job for the Lord. Don't forget, I saw the Lord in person years ago. Okay? I know what I need to do. I don't care. If that makes me crazy, oh well. Oh well. I don't have to answer to you. I answer to Him alone. When I take care of this woman, and I take care of anyone, I'm not just doing my job. I'm doing what He expects of me. That means I have to do a higher caliber than most of y'all. Because I'm not just taking care of her, I'm taking care of the Lord who's in her. And I'm commanded as a Christian to go above and beyond when it comes to love thy neighbor as thyself. So I am mad. I am really tired of this because you know how many times a year I'm getting the police called on me for nothing. And now they don't even take it seriously anymore. They literally, oh gosh, we're going to go over. And then they're like, Steve, I'm sorry, we're just letting you know we're coming again. I'm like, why now? So-and-so called. I'm like, what the? I wasn't even here. I know, that's another problem. So damned if you did, damned if you do. If you're there, you're bruising and beating the woman and screaming at her. When you're not there, you left her home alone. So either way, you're... and then they come here and they just say, and they talk to her and she's like, officer, everything's fine. We figured, okay, sorry to bother you, right? Isn't this pathetic? I mean, that's what they do, right? They just say, okay, you're fine, okay, bye. And they literally said, like, oh, you again, we know the story. We're sorry to have to bother you. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you're wasting your time and tax dollars coming out here all the time because some Karen wants to make my life a living hell. I don't know if she's got an issue with Christians. I don't know if she's psychotic herself. Just because she's a nurse doesn't mean she's all there in the head. And if she doesn't know Jesus, you are crazy. And I'm going to make it very clear to you. If you do not know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you are crazy. Not us Christians. You're a kook. You're a kooky dukes. That is a foolish, stupid, insane thing. You think, where are you going to go when you die? You're going right into hell. You got to be crazy to want to go into hell. Crazy. Crazy to deny Jesus Christ. Crazy. And you think I'm crazy? Oh, man, you don't know what I know. Oh, you know what? Ignorance is not bliss. But I'm really mad because I just got a real bad medical report from my surgeon. And I don't even feel like rehashing it right now. And I'm in a splitting headache. I'm not feeling well at all today. Hence why I was at the hospital. And I should not have to, every time I got to go to a hospital to take care of myself, have police showing up at the door when I'm not here. Every time. Last time they took her away, right? They took you away and they put her in a hospital for 24 hours. And they took my dog and they put him in the pound because I was rushed by ambulance. And they didn't want her left home alone. And the police were just doing the job because they didn't know that it was okay for her to be alone and that I had already called our friends and family to come and check up on her and give her meds and food because I was going to the hospital. But they took her away before the people even got to show up at 4 o'clock. So they come here and like, Steve, where's Donna? I'm like, what do you mean, where's Donna? She's not even here. Nobody's here. I'm like, what? I'm strapped to a medical gurney right now. Oh my gosh. You have no idea the stress that caused for no reason when she was fine. She was fine. I know what I'm doing. I know my job. I'm not an idiot. Believe it or not, I'm really not as dumb as I look. I may be ugly. I may look stupid. I'm not stupid. Well, if you were smart, you wouldn't put everything on Facebook, and that's what causes your problems. I should not have to worry about stupid, ignorant Karens patrolling my Facebook page from Yale and reporting things that are not even going on and lying. You went and lied because you have called the police so many times and there was nothing going on. So now you're trying to tell them that she's all bruised up and being beaten? Really? You're concerned for her safety? What? I'm drawing the line. You're ruining my reputation, my ministry. I could have gotten arrested for something I didn't even do. And thank God I wasn't even home when you're telling the police to go there because Steve's beating Donna. I wasn't even home. I was in the hospital, you jerk. It works in my favor that you're a friggin' liar and you're causing trouble saying I'm beating someone. One arm, I'm not even here to beat her. Enough of the false accusations. Mind your business. You know what? I'm actually, I made up my mind. You started a war that you're going to finish. I will let you go and not call the police on you this time, and I'm not going to get a lawyer involved right now. But I will be calling your supervisor in the morning, and I will be reporting this to them. Rest assured, I'm going to tell them who you are. They already know, obviously. They're going to hear it from me. And you also maybe you don't know this, but I got high-level doctors and friends who work in very high positions. I think four, 2 doctors and 2 secretary-type positions, management positions, I'm good friends with them. I've known them for many years. Okay? They will vouch for me. They're probably your boss. I will call tomorrow, and you just kicked the wrong hornet's nest. I may be meek, but I am not weak, and I am not a doormat. Do you hear me? I may be a Christian, but I'm not going to just roll over and let you falsely accuse me and ruin my reputation and slander me and almost get me arrested for no reason when I wasn't even here to defend myself or even know what was going on. Donna called me, right? I was in the surgeon's office, right? I know. She called me twice when the police were here while I was at the hospital talking to the surgeon. Okay, I had to keep hanging up. I'm like, what's going on? I can't talk right now. And I had to keep hitting, and she kept trying to call me to let me know that the police were and what was going on. I'm sitting there being told that I could possibly die if I do this surgery, and I got enough on my plate. I'm already scared, and I'm getting bad news. I'm like crying in the doctor's office, and I got to take phone call after phone call saying that the police are looking for me because apparently I'm beating Donna right now, and she's all bruised up, and I neglected her and left her home. So I beat her, left her bruised, and left the house apparently. What? I wasn't even here to do any of that. When that's why the police said, Stephen, we knew it was bogus because you weren't even here during the supposed said time of the offense. And we know that. And I'm like, well, thank God I wasn't home. Otherwise, I could have gotten arrested for something I didn't do. I mean, do you understand the severity of these allegations? Telling people that I'm neglecting her and leaving her home alone when I'm not, and I'm allowed to, by the way, for up to 6 to 8 hours a day, I was told. But I don't even do that. Maybe a couple hours at most. And only if it's freezing cold outside and I can't leave her in a park or in a car by herself. Or today, when I'm at the hospital in a dangerous area, when I'm supposed to leave an elderly woman in a cold car in New Haven, and if she gets out and gets mugged or hurt, or has to use the bathroom, what are you, an idiot? I can't take her everywhere all the time. And again, if she wasn't able to be left alone ever, I wouldn't leave her alone. I mean, does it look like I want to get arrested? What am I? God help me. Satan is in the details one way or another because only a child of the devil would do something so stupid. Only somebody who's not a real Christian would let the devil get into their ear and cause them to go and cause trouble like this and falsely accuse and lie. And you're a nurse at Yale. You work for the hospital. And you would go out of your way to lynch someone and lie about it. You need to be fired. Oh, I almost said the name again. I promise you, my lawyer told me to not even contact you because I was going to contact you personally tonight with the police. I was going to contact, but I was advised not to but it's not over. Trust me, it ain't over. You are in trouble, my friend. You're not even my friend. My frenemy, my enemy. You're in trouble. Last time. If you get fired, you did it to yourself. If you get sued by my lawyer, you did it to yourself. Because I am not going to allow you to keep doing this. And Yale needs to know, too, that they're stepping over a line constantly. I am her power of attorney. I am her caregiver. I live here. I own half the house. I'm on the deed. I'm on the lease. How dare you? I'm responsible. She legally went to the lawyer years ago and signed saying that she wants me to be able to make the decisions for her if need be. And now you're going to sit there. You don't have a right or authority, the lawyer said, to override me. You can be concerned if there's legitimate reason to be concerned. If she comes in bruised and battered or whatever, then absolutely I deserve to go to prison if I'm doing that. But if I'm not doing any of that and you're assuming, presuming, or just flat out lying, you're trying to get this woman put into a facility. And so you figure that if you keep reporting and reporting, eventually she's going to end up in a facility. Hey, Donna, do you want to go into a facility? No, right? Are you happy here? Or
Yes.
Okay. Do I abuse you? Neglect you?
No.
Would it be? Do you think are you unsafe in any way?
No.
Do you think that you need more help?
I'm fine.
Okay. Well, so heard it from her own mouth. I mean, hello. Everybody already knows this. So I don't know why I have to keep defending myself. I'm tired of it. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't feel well. I don't need this. I do not need this. She's not under any duress. I'm not forcing her into this. Am I forcing you to say any of this?
No.
Okay. Did I ask you permission to come on the camera first?
Yes.
Okay. I told you I asked you to do this, right?
Yes.
To protect me. Okay. She even knew before I made the video. I said, do you mind clarifying this, please, for my viewers? Because this has got to stop. Yale, you're out of line and you're going to get a lawsuit. Not only are you screwing around with my health to the point where I am, I was already told to sue you guys twice this past year. As a Christian, and I don't see how that's going to save my life. What good is it to make money if I'm going to die anyway? But you guys are you're not taking good care of me. You're making things harder for me and I'm getting sicker. That's not right. Second of all, Yale Health at Home, which I hired. I called you and said, hey, can we start up the program to kind of give me a little respite and help me with Donna? And then when we no longer needed the program, I was told we can cancel it. And Donna and I both agreed that this was becoming more trouble than it was worth. And she was stuck homebound. Otherwise, Medicaid won't pay for, or Medicare won't pay for the nursing to come here unless she stays homebound. She can only go to church and doctor's appointments. She can't go really anywhere else. Well, how am I supposed to let her go see a sunset or go to a movie or go bring her to the grocery store and stuff if it's not necessary? Well, I'm the only one that can do it. And so I either leave her home alone and I go do it for her, all the chores and the grocery shopping or whatever, or she comes with me. So you got my hands tied. There's nowhere else. Who else is going to help us both if I can't leave the house and she can't leave the house? Hello, McFly. So it was becoming a problem. And they were policing me and coming in here, talking down to me as if they're the Gestapo, like I'm in a prison. Like they acting like prison guards, manhandling her, yelling at me, bossing me around, complaining about, that's a trip hazard. This house is immaculate. Oh, that's not. Well, I don't like that coffee table. She might fall and get hurt on it. Oh, well, that's too high. Oh, that's not good. Oh, what the? Shut up. This is our home. How dare you come in here and, she's not 2 years old. I'm not going to baby-proof the house. This is ridiculous. And so they always found fault with every little darn thing. Oh, we don't like her blood pressure. We don't like her sugar level. That's because she had a donut before bed. Well, you can't let her have donut or soda. You try telling her she can't have her soda or a donut. She's 80 years old. She knows. I think she's earned it. She was a nurse at Yale for 40 years. She knows. Okay? She knows. She even told the doctors, I'm going to eat what I want to eat, and too bad. So, how dare you blame me? Okay, then the doctor said, just treat her palliative care. If she knows, if she wants to have stuff, and then she knows the consequences. It's not your fault. We're relieving you of anything that happens because she knows, and she's of sound mind enough to know what's right and what's wrong and what she shouldn't and shouldn't do. I mean, come on. She's not 5. And so There's no. So I fired Yale. I called and I said, and what a hell of a time it was to get them to cancel the program. I'm like, I'm the one that called and asked for the program. I no longer want or need the program, and she doesn't want the request. Okay, sorry, my phone keeps freezing. I asked for the program, but then when I wanted to discontinue the program because I no longer need their services and she don't need them either, she don't want them, she never wanted them in the first place, well, they gave me such a hard time and 6 social workers just to get the program, and they kept calling every day. Anyway, are you sure you want to cancel? Are you sure? Maybe you should give us more. We're sure. We want to start going to church more. We're sure. We want to be able to go. The summer's almost over. The woman's been in a facility for 100 days. She was in a hospital 7 times this year. 7 times. The woman, the whole year is gone. She hasn't even got to go to the beach and watch the sunset or anything. Enough of this. She's not a prisoner. We don't need this. Like she wants to be able to leave the house. And I would like to leave the house too, thank you very much, because I can't go anywhere unless she's with me. And if she can't go, I can't go. No. So this is ridiculous. You're not doing anything I don't already do. I do her vitals every day. Hello, I'm the one. I'm the nurse. I bathe her. I do everything. I don't need you. Your services are no longer necessary, I told them. They would not let the program end. Claire, yeah, I like Claire. There's a woman in Claire who Donna likes, and she goes above and beyond. She comes to help bathe Donna, so I don't have to. But she comes with the program. But without the nurses, she can't come anymore. So when I cancel the program, she's got to go too, unfortunately. And anyway, but we like Claire. She's a real sweetheart and a real hard worker. And yeah. Anyway, my phone keeps freezing. I'm sorry. So I'm grabbing a bite of my dinner in between. So we like Claire. Donna loves her. She looks forward to Claire coming. They talk. They have tea together, whatever. And Claire will even spend extra time off the clock with her. That's going above and beyond. So I love Claire. She's welcome here anytime. Except she is one of the reasons why Donna got put into a hospital recently, because I was in the hospital. She came and panicked, didn't know where I was, and sent Donna to the hospital and put the dog in a pound and called the police. But we've talked it out, and I forgave Claire. Claire's like, Steve, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what happened to you. I panicked, and I'm like, don't do it again. But you're forgiven because I like you. But I always ask for Claire when we start this. We've had this program 6 times already. Every time Donna goes into hospital for a stroke, we have the program come home as after hospitalization care for a while. And I always say, well, I can't even mention the name, because it'll expose the other person. But there's a particular nurse that I always ask for. I want her here. So let's just say she's a supervisor there. And we all know her from church, and we like her, and so she can come. And we love Claire. We always ask for Claire. As for the other people, we can do without their nasty Nazi attitudes, okay? Very, very nasty. No bedside manners, mean. We just hate when they come. The PT, the physical therapy, the swallowing, all of those people should not be inside. My phone froze. They should not be in this business if they're going to be so nasty to the patients. They got no patience. They're just mean. So anyway, long story short, I'm not playing around with you anymore. I realize you troll my page. I realize that Yale watches my page. You can watch until Jesus returns. Maybe you should. Maybe you'll learn about Christianity. Maybe you'll learn how to use science and medical field and mix it with your Christian faith and actually save lives and souls. How about that? Instead of being an atheistic, science-minded, useless nurse or a doctor. Also, I love, like the police that I was just talking to tonight, Christian, willing, even wanted to pray with me. Now that's awesome. That's going above and beyond in this Call of Duty. And I love when I see a fellow officer. Well, I'm not an officer, but I have them in my family. I tried to be an officer. My spinal cord kept disqualifying me from academy. But I tried. I would have been. Anyway, I love seeing a police officer who's also a man of God. And this guy was really very good looking, young, strong, everything I wish I could be, I used to be. And he was, when I found out he was a Christian, and that was just like, I prayed for him. I'm going to pray for him. I prayed for him all the way home. And I just love to see that, because it's rare. It is rare to see people who are out, with their faith. And I commend him, and I'm going to keep praying for his safety. A real good man of God, and a real good officer. And he came to the house Donna actually said, "Oh my gosh, he's so good looking," and he really was. The guy was. I've never seen a more good looking man. I mean, whoa! I feel like so. I must look like what is it, Igor or whatever, the guy from Hunchback of Notre Dame compared to this. I'm like, man, Lord, why couldn't you give me looks like that? Everybody would watch my videos if I was like that, like good look. I can get any job I want if I look like that. But anyway, neither here nor there. It's nice to know that we have Christian police officers out there who put God first as well, and that's why they serve and protect. Because you really want Christians in the medical field, and you want them in the police field and in the military, because those are the ones who are going to get your back, and they need God's protection too. So, anyway, we've covered a lot here. I'm trying not to be angry, but I am, because this has happened many times now, and now that I know for sure who it is. I kind of figured, but now that I know, I'm going to have to pray very hard on it before I make that phone call tomorrow. Because I know that we're supposed to keep forgiving and forgiving. And I would hate to have you and your children, because you have children, lose your career, okay, or be sued, and then your kids have to suffer because of your stupidity. So I'm going to have to think hard about this one. See, this is the thing. I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. Because if I wasn't a Christian, you'd already be in trouble. If you had done this to me 20, 30 years ago, the lawyer would already be, I would have already had this process started hours ago. But the Bible said, forgive everyone everything, and try not to drag people to court. God doesn't like lawsuits. So, and again, what do I have to gain? Ooh, I make some money. Big deal. It's not going to help me feel better. It's not going to keep me alive. It's probably going to send me to hell. So for that reason, but you can't just go out there slandering people's reputation and falsely accusing and getting them jammed up with the police. You can't do that. That's not right. Now, I understand if you're not a Christian, you would do some dumb stuff like that because you don't fear or love God or neighbor. So you can't be a Christian. And if you are a Christian, you are as lukewarm and apostate as they come. Because that's not how we do. We don't do things. And you already know. My video keeps freezing. Every time somebody hits like or whatever, it freezes the video. So try not to comment or like because it freezes the video. You already know that we don't roll that way. And that I try to serve God. I'm a man of God. I'm a brother in Christ. So if you are a Christian of any kind and you're doing this to me, I don't know what you're playing at. Like, why would you work on the side of the enemy to persecute your own brother in Christ? Like, do you realize that what you do to the least of these, you do to God? He's inside me. So you're basically calling the police on Jesus too. I mean, what are you thinking? That's not peace. Blessed are the peacemakers. But I'm not surprised, because there's a lot of people who claim to be Catholic, claim to be Christian, and they do some real satanic dumb stuff. Selfish, they don't think. And I wonder, where's the wisdom? If you really had the Holy Spirit, you would have discernment. You would not be calling the police on someone like me. You would have discernment. The Holy Spirit would tell you, don't do that to him. There's nothing wrong here. He's not doing anything wrong. Why would you do that? Why are you bearing false witness? Why are you trying to ruin someone's life and job and home and what are you doing? And he's also one of my servants. What are you thinking? See, the Holy Spirit would not let you do something so dumb. So that means that you're either super lukewarm and Jesus is going to vomit you out of his mouth, or you're a fake, phony, fraud, apostate Christian, or you're not even a Christian at all. I'm thinking this particular person, from what I know of her, and I see in her Facebook page, she ain't no Christian. In fact, she probably hates us. So, listen, Jesus is going to deal with you. I've already prayed a lot today over all this, and I even prayed publicly. I said, Lord, defend me from these people. And he already started answering my prayers, because when I went down there to the police department and I talked to them over an hour, and they're already on my side. They told me, on my side. They are already aware of all this for a long time now, and but they just have to do their job, right? But And they didn't have to tell me who it was, but they did, because this is becoming a problem now. And so I'm not going to get them in trouble, and I'm not going to say it publicly. But you're lucky I'm a Christian. Otherwise, I would have already uttered your name at the beginning of this video, and I would make sure it went to everyone on my Facebook page. So I'm going to, once again, I still think you need to be reported. I really still think I'm going to have to, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to call Yale about this. I need to call your supervisors about this, because this has got to stop. Maybe they put you up to it. I don't know. But, and I'm sure, I'm going to try, because love always believes the best. The Bible says love always believes the best. So I'm just going to try to make myself believe that you really had the best intentions, that you were really seriously concerned for Donna's well-being and safety. But how does that make me look? If she has to be protected from me, what am I, the devil? I'm some abuser? See, so that's why I can't really let this slide. And on top of it, you got me in serious trouble again. Again. These things get written down permanently in people's files. That's not fair to me when I'm innocent. You also got to learn a lesson here. You can't, it wouldn't be just. It wouldn't be justice if I just let you get away with this time and time and time again. Not the corporation of Yale, nor the individuals. And so, I'm sorry, but I really think that they need to hear this. And they need to, and I already put a report in, by the way, with the police tonight. I did. Because they asked me, they said, do you want to put a report against them so that we know that immediately when this happens again, we'll go after them? Or, like we already have it documented? I shouldn't have to do this to save my butt all the time. You leave me no choice. So maybe you'll think twice next time before calling. But you didn't. See, here's the thing, though. I want so much to believe that you did this out of concern, out of best interest for Donna, like trying to be a good medical professional. But no, because you went and lied, and Donna admitted it. And you told the police that I bruised her. She's all bruised up. And when they got here and realized she don't have one bruise on her, do you know how stupid you look? You discredited yourself. You only helped my case. You lied. You haven't even been here. You haven't even seen the woman. The last time anyone from Yale even saw her was a month ago, right? At least a month ago. Over a month ago. So, how do you know she's all bruised up? First of all, she's not. And I just brought it to the doctors again the other day, and they were commending me. So, what are you talking about? You don't think her primary care and her brain doctor, whatever you want to call it, and the neurology team, that if there was any kind of bruises on this woman, that they would report me themselves? When they know that I live with her? You really think that they would let it slide? No. They would have to report. They even told me they have to report any concern. I know. And good. They should. So you lied. You wanted to get me jammed up, so you had to lie in order to make the police really concerned to actually get them to come out here again. Next time, boy who cries wolf. Next time, I told them, I said, next time they do that, please go and arrest them. They need to be taught a lesson. When you come and find out that it's once again another lie, another false alarm, you need to, I want justice. Well, you need to put that in writing, then you need to put a report against them. So I did. Actually, no, I didn't write it down. No, I didn't. I put it in verbally. It was duly noted. I refused to actually sign it, but I promise you, now I'm kicking myself. Now I'm thinking, you know what? I should have put a formal report in. I had the opportunity. 3 times they asked me to press charges. 3 times they asked me to write it down so that they can go after the person if they ever do this again. But I didn't. Probably, I don't even want to say too much information as to how I know you and why. You're lucky I know you. You're lucky I know you on a more of a personal basis. That's all I'm saying. Because if you were a stranger, I absolutely would have But then again, I'm even more hurt that you're not a stranger and you did this. I'm real more hurt. That's even worse. I can almost forgive you if you were... No, because you still lied. You still went out of your way to really crucify me. That's not even... You can't do that. No, I got to report you. I'm going to report you. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm reporting you tomorrow. This is it. Because you went above and beyond to lie and say that I abused this woman, physically abused her. That's where I draw the line. And there's no excuse for that. Even if you know me, maybe when you went to high school with me, or let's just say... But then you would really know that that's not true, and that I wouldn't do something like that. So why'd you do this to me? And if you were a stranger, then that means you don't even know anything, and you have no right to make presumptions or false accusations like that when you don't know anything about me. And everybody who knows me knows that I'm a very devout Catholic. I'm an evangelist. I try to live a saintly, holy life. So how are you going to go and get the police called on me multiple times and now go as far as accusing me of physically abusing someone? Where do I draw the line? When do I say, you know what? Keep turning the other cheek. If I keep turning the other cheek like that, you're going to have me in prison for no reason. I can't allow that. I'm sorry. You did this to yourself. So I won't sue you. And I won't press charges this time. Last time, though. I promise you last time. But rest assured, I'm going to be calling Yale tomorrow. And I'm not going to stop until I hear from your supervisors. And I want an apology. Donna deserves an apology. Do you know what it does to her every time the police come knocking on his door and she's scared? She didn't know if maybe I got killed in a car accident. She's wondering, oh my gosh, what happened? Is Steve okay? He left the house to go to the hospital. Next thing you know, the police are here. No, it's okay. Well, are you okay? You're being abused. No, I'm fine. What are you talking about? Oh, we got reports that you got bruises all over you, and then he's leaving you home alone all the time. She's like, what are you talking about? No, none of that. Okay, well, we figured that, but we had to check. Then she called him back again because she was like, wait, what? And she wanted information so she can explain to me. So she calls him back again, and they come back again. And she's like, I just wanted to... They probably thought she was coming back to, like, say something different, like, okay, I lied or whatever. But no, she was just like, no, I just wanted your badge number and your name, and I wanted to be able to tell Stephen what it was all about. Like, I needed details because he's going to panic when he comes home, finding out the police were here again, and he's not even here to defend himself, or he doesn't even know what's going on. I couldn't get a hold of him on the phone. He kept hanging up on me because I was talking to the surgeon. I waited 2 months for that appointment. I only had 20 minutes with the guy. And it was really important when we were going over my MRIs and stuff. And so I got the phone ringing and ringing and ringing. I'm so sorry. Hold on. What? Hold on. What? And, that's what Satan would do. Of course, Satan would cause trouble when he knows that I waited over a month for this a very important appointment. And so he's going to cause trouble through people, because just as Jesus Christ works through us, through people, we're his hands and mouthpieces, and we're the ones who he sends to help each other. Well, the devil uses people too. If you're not a Christian, you're free game for Satan to use you like a chess piece on the board, and he will get you like a puppet on strings to go and report your neighbor, bear false witness, whatever. That's not Christian behavior. So you're obviously on the wrong team, and I don't care if you go to church until Jesus returns. You're doing that kind of stuff. That's why Jesus said, I tell you the truth, on Judgment Day, there will be many of you, I'll say, I never knew you. Oh, but I went to church. I don't know you. But I cast out demons in your name. I never knew you. Sorry, that was a long freeze. My phone froze for like a solid 2 minutes. Anyway, now my food's gotten cold here. I just want to thank you in some ways, because you already did the damage and I'm pissed. But I want to thank you because... Okay, I had to go outside because my video keeps freezing longer and longer. And I keep getting all these likes and loves and smiley faces, and it's freezing my video. What I want to do is end this video now. I have a wicked headache from my condition, and I'm literally getting double vision. And of course the blood pressure going up because of you is not helping matters. I gotta thank you in some ways because you're making me famous. you're actually giving me new content to make videos about. Because every time some stupid drama goes on in my life, I use it as a personal testimony, and I make a video on it that other people can watch and learn from. So how we fight our daily battles, and we're going to have daily battles down here as Christians. And so every time there's a good blessing happens, I make a video about it to glorify God. And every time somebody persecutes or attacks me or calls the police on me or whatever, I make a video about that. And and we discuss it. We pray over it. We pray about it. I ask you all to pray about it. And we discuss it. And we discuss how we're going to deal with it as a Christian. Because we don't always deal with things the way the world deals with things now, do we? And as much as my flesh wants to press charges and sue the pants off of you, and I can. In fact, I don't know where my card is, my lawyer's card. I had a card. It's in the house. All I got to do is call his card, his business card. I would normally let this slide, because I always do, but this time it's got to stop. And what you did when you went above and beyond the pale, like you literally lied, according to Donna, lied and told them that I'm hitting her and bruising her, and that you saw bruises all over her, which there are no bruises on her. And so even if you had come here today, you would know that there's no bruises. So you lied to get me in trouble, to get her taken out of my care for whatever reason. What are you doing? Why would you want to do this? She doesn't want to go into a facility. I don't want to have to go into a facility. I mean, what are you playing? Why are you being a Karen? Why are you getting involved in people's life like that? What are you trying to abuse your connections or power? And trying to overrule and override me, and trying to make this woman's life more miserable than it already is, and making my life more difficult than it already is. What are you doing? Your job, medical staff, nurse, is to basically serve and protect people, to save lives, to help them, to try to give them more quality of life. And I understand how you might think that what you're trying to do is what's best for her. But at what lengths are you willing to go to ruin 2 lives and a dog's life? For what? What do you want, an award for being some kind of a hero? You think that she would be better off in a facility where she's miserable and has no privacy or freedom, or can't see me or the dog or her home or her bed or her books ever again? Can't go to church anymore? Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to mind your business. But this time you overstepped. And now I have no choice. Okay, I've already sought legal advice. I already went to the police. And now it's up to me to decide. And I'm going to sleep on it. And I'm going to decide what I want to do to you tomorrow. Knowing me, I'll probably let you off easy, as I usually do. But when you falsely accuse someone like that, that is overkill now, and you don't know what you're doing. That's very dangerous for me and everybody, and that I can't just let that go. I'm sorry, I can't just let that go. I just spent an hour at the police department today. Okay, literally wasting an hour of my time, and it's not going to happen again. So and they all know me, and they know my family. And they were just laughing about it. I'm like, it's not funny. I'm practically in tears. I'm upset. I started crying because I'm tired of this. I don't need this shit. And so, God forgive my language, but I'm mad. I don't need this. And it's not right. And you lied, and you falsely accused me, and you called the police here. And they came here twice for no reason. I wasn't even here. You lied. I wasn't even here to do what you said I did. And they checked her out and everything. They realized you're just lying. So what they don't understand is why somebody like you, in your position, would go and do this. But they know that you did. And they're not going to take it seriously next time. And so woe be to you. But you should not be allowed to keep your job if you're going to do this. You obviously have some psychological problems that you're not safe to be working in that medical field. You're a compulsive liar and a lunatic, and you're going to go and send cops after people and make up stories and say that somebody's bruised and battered and it's going on right now and you need to get there right away when I wasn't even here and there was not one bruise on this woman. And I've never hit this woman. We yell. We definitely get our spats, but that's about it. We never lay hands on each other. We've never. Well, why would I do that? And so you can't arrest somebody for having a spat with. That's ridiculous. Just because somebody raised voices. So I'm done. I'm exposing you publicly, and I'm going to be calling your boss tomorrow. And don't you get mad at me because you did this to yourself. I mean, it's bad enough what you did, but you went and literally made up very serious stories and allegations that could have gotten me arrested for no reason or gotten me... Do you have any idea the trouble you did? And then the police have to find out that I'm in the hospital, so I wasn't even here to do it. They already knew I didn't do it in the first place because they all know me personally. I know them. I'm friends with half of them. And they know me very well. I go to church with these people. But then you go, and you don't because you're not a Christian. See, so you don't realize who I know. And then you go, and then my family was notified by it because they all know people there too. So they get notified every time the police are called on me. And then I got to hear it from them, and they're trying to, what is it this time? Do you see what you do? You're barking up the wrong tree, and you are causing trouble for the wrong Christian. And I just feel bad for those of us out there who don't have connections, who don't know people in politics or in police departments or FBI or all that. What are they going to do to defend themselves from people like you? We call you Karens, troublemakers, liars. And you will find your place in the lake of fire. Liars go to the lake of fire. So I hope you like heat for all eternity. You better repent. And again, because I'm a Christian, I'm going to go easy on you, but I do have to report this. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you keep doing this. So at this point tomorrow, your supervisors are going to hear it from me and my attorney if I have to call him. I've yet to decide whether I want him to do it or me. But I think I'm just going to do it myself. And you need to learn a lesson. You're never going to do this again. And how many other people have you done this to? I'm just curious. Do you do this? Is this a habit? Do you like troll Facebook and purposely try to get people jammed up? What do you think you're doing? Saving the world? I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're no Christian. And you're not a good human being. And you have no business in the medical field. None. If you were a cop, you'd be abusing your authority. So I'd give you the finger, but I'm too reserved. But I already took it to the Lord, and I took it to the police, and I took it to legal matters. I'm not playing around with you. You're done. You do this one more time, and you're going to be arrested. And then you will be fired when the police come to your facility and they arrest you while you're on the job, and now you have to explain to them why you're being arrested. So maybe so they know that you're making phone calls from Yale and getting people in trouble and making up lies and stories. Don't you have patients to take care of? Like, don't you have anything better to do while you're on the job? What are you doing on Facebook, first of all? And second of all, what are you doing worrying about what I'm doing over here? She never called you. Nobody called you. Nobody got you involved. I don't know why you're getting involved. Like, what are you even doing? Again, I would love to mention the name, but next time I will. I will, because you don't realize the trouble you caused me again, and I don't need this. I'm going easy on you. I'm trying. This way the Lord doesn't get mad at me, because he knows I'm trying to do things the Christian way. But he doesn't expect us to just roll over. See, justice wouldn't be justice if you just let everybody get away with everything either. You need to forgive. You need to, but it's injustice if I just let this keep happening and let you keep doing this, because you're not just doing it to me, you'll do it to somebody else. And then I got to answer to God, why did you just let them get away with this crime? So, and it is a crime. In God's eyes and in legal matters, it's a crime. It's called detraction and defamation of character. So, I'm done. I'm really angry. I'm going to try to calm down. I already had one hell of a bad day, and then you have to do this to me. And so, again, I do blame the devil too, who's obviously in the details, because he likes to kick me while I'm already down and out, and he already knew that I was in a lot of pain today. I was very scared. I'm going to the hospital. I had to talk to a surgeon today. It was a very serious matter. I had a lot on my mind already. And then you go and pull a stunt like this to kick me while I'm already down and weak. Who does that? Who would do such a thing? So that means you don't belong to this one. Because Jesus' children are not stupid. They have discernment and wisdom, and they don't do that. Only the children of the devil are stupid. Sorry, my video keeps freezing. I keep losing internet connection. Only a child of the devil would behave like that, lack wisdom, discernment, couth, and would want to just purposely go and lie and slander someone's reputation and bear false witness against thy neighbor. That's not something a Christian knows better than to do that. So that means you're a child of the devil. Now, maybe you deceive yourself and others and you say you're a Christian and then you still do that. Well, you're not a real Christian then, because there's no way. There's no way. I don't care if you go to church every day. You do that stuff, you act like this, you do stuff like that to people like me, then you're clearly on the wrong team. You're clearly a child of the devil, not a child of Christ. So, enough said. This video was ridiculously long because it kept getting interrupted. Slow connection, freezing on me every 2 minutes, like just every 30 seconds actually. And so it made it ridiculously hard to make this video. And it could have been a lot shorter if I didn't have to keep getting interrupted and losing my train of thought. And again, I see that there's a lot of comments here. I'm going to read them now before I end the video. What happens is right before it freezes or right after it freezes, when it comes back online, I see like a ton of smiley face emojis and hearts and likes and thumbs up, and it's like flooding my page with all these. So either somebody's sitting there going like that who's watching this, and when I keep saying please don't hit the like button or whatever, I appreciate that you're agreeing with me, but when you do that, it's not helping. It freezes my video for some reason every time you guys do that. And so when I keep saying not to do it and it keeps happening throughout the video, I know it's not my viewers doing it. I think it's someone from Facebook purposely doing that to interfere with the video. There's no other reason for it. Like somebody's doing it, whether it's a hacker or somebody at Facebook or whoever oversees everything. Maybe it's who knows? It could be anybody trying to let me know. It's an evil thing to do. It's definitely evil and malicious if it's being done intentionally to screw up my video. So, and I don't put that past the evil one. I do believe that AI can be even infiltrated and controlled by demons, and I don't want to get into that. It's a whole another, this AI stuff. So it could be being done by AI. Who knows? But I do know that it's always subject specific. If I mention certain things, my video keeps freezing. If I don't mention those things, I don't get a ton of likes and emojis floating up my screen. There's nobody hitting the like button 1,000 times. If I use certain terminology, the video keeps freezing. It keeps saying, please end video, no connection, no internet connection, boom, boom. I mean, all this stuff. And so it's nothing but, it happens too often in each video when I'm talking about certain things, specific subjects, especially about the Lord. It happens so often, but if I'm not talking about the Lord or whatever, or politics or whatever, it doesn't happen. So you figure it out. Come on. After it happens 100 times a week, it can't be coincidence or just a service network issue. It's intentional. But just even trying to imply that it's intentional makes me sound like a conspiracy theorist cuckoo. So you see what I have to deal with? Because it doesn't happen to most people, they think I'm just making it up or I'm cuckoo because it doesn't happen to them. Well, it's not happening to you because you're not preaching the things I'm preaching about. You're not making the videos. You don't have a big audience like I do that goes around the world. You don't have a reason for them to mess with your videos. You see what I'm saying? They're doing it right now. I guarantee my videos checkerboard often. It's slow. It's muted. Sometimes they edit parts out. Sometimes it just never gets uploaded. It ends soon, prematurely. All kinds of stuff happens. So it's been happening for so many years to me. And it even happens if I use like another phone or a computer or whatever. It doesn't matter what I do, where I'm using the computer. It doesn't matter if it's in a public library, a different server. It doesn't matter. It's always happening. But other people are like, no, that never happens to me. I have the same service. I have the same phone. I have whatever. So I know it's done intentional. But anyway, whatever. Cares at this point. I just want to read these comments. Joanne, hi. You probably stopped watching a long time ago. Nice seeing you. Pam, thank you for always, being one of my friends and supporters and sister in Christ. I'm trying to scroll up, but it keeps going back. Yes, exactly. They should get arrested for making false allegations against me. I told the police that, and they kind of agreed, but I didn't want to press charges this time. Next time I am going to. They wanted me to write a statement about this, but I didn't. I just wanted to get home. The food was in the car for Donna. I was already gone for hours. I wanted to just get home. Christopher Frank, I don't even know who you are, but thanks for watching. Oh, yes. Wait. Yes, I do know you. Sorry. I just wish people would use real profile photos instead of weird things. I'm always being stalked by Karens. I am going to report her to her job. They'll probably have her back and say, oh, she was just concerned. No, you don't lie and say that somebody's being bruised up when there's no bruises. That's a lie. Yes, there are a lot of nurses who are practicing witchcraft. Yes, I know that for a fact. Exactly. There are good Christian people out there. They're rare, though. Yes, the devil is using these people. Every time I try to scroll up, it keeps making me start all over again. Yes, monitoring spirits. Tell me about it. Let's see. Hey, Mark. Long time no see. Exactly. That's why I got a reporter, so she doesn't keep doing this to other people, too. Yeah, even you know I wouldn't do stuff like that. And you live in Florida. You've never even met me in person, but you know me long enough on Facebook to know I wouldn't do stuff like that. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna ask for a written apology, but they're not going to. I know. I've been dealing with these people for years. Cease and desist letter. I have to think about that. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I figured that. So that means that it's the AI or someone from Facebook that is sending all those tapping thumbs up and all those hearts and stuff, because it always happens and I get flooded with like 30 of them and then the video freezes. Alright, see, even Pam says I should press charges. I gotta pray on this one and think about it, but I know I'm definitely going to be calling Yale tomorrow and giving them an earful about this, because this is not the first time it's happened, and it's happening way too often, and there's no reason for it, and I don't know I just don't understand why people have to do this. I mean, obviously they're trolling my Facebook page. If they're not trolling my Facebook page, then how would they know I left her alone today to go to the hospital? How would they know that I keep saying hospital. The guy's a surgeon. It's a long story, but it's not really a hospital. But I deal with him at the hospital. But it was like I don't even know what to call it. It is the hospital, but it's not the ER. So I don't want you guys thinking I'm going to ER. I didn't go to ER today. But it's part of the hospital surgery team and all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. And the only way they could know that she ever gets left home alone, which is very rare, and it's only for a little while every day, a couple hours a day, as of late, because she wants that, and I want that, and I was told to do that by several different doctors and stuff, and they said that that's okay. So I had their permission. In front of her, we both talked to the doctors, and they said it's okay, it's fine. So Yale doesn't know what her primary care doctor and what her other doctors are saying privately to us in the meetings. And that's what I go by. I go by their discharge plans. I go by their what they're telling me to do. And so, and you know, and even the social workers. So there's no reason for these people. It just doesn't make any sense. Unless the cop got something wrong. But no, he said, I got to be honest with you, several times now we showed up because somebody from Yale, a nurse at Yale, for some kind of home health aid or home health services or Yale Health at Home or something like that, is behind it. They're doing this, and they keep saying that she's not being taken care of, or she's being abused, or she's being neglected, or she's being left home and she shouldn't be ever left home, and all that. And I'm like, but that doesn't make sense, because I haven't even dealt with them for over a month. They haven't been here in over a month. I haven't talked to them in over a month. There's no reason to. Everything's fine. Like, I don't. So it must be my Facebook page. They're like, well, we don't think so. But you never know. I mean, social media does cause a lot of problems for people. I mean, if they're watching your page and you said, hey, you went for a walk in the woods yesterday, like you told me you did, then maybe they're saying, oh, well, she's left home alone. But again, that's your call. That's between you and Donna and her doctor. That's not. There's no reason for them to go out of their way like this to report you. And I'm like, well, officer, how would they know that I left her home alone today? Nobody's been to the house. Nobody has any reason to be here. So why would they? How would they even know every time I leave the house without her? I mean, is the place bugged? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. But it's not even that they told her. Not only did they report, they made several charges against me today. They said, one, he leaves her home alone often, which is not true. And two, that she's all bruised up. That there's bruises all over her and she looks like she's been bruised and battered. So when they came, they're like, there's nothing on this woman. What are you talking about? So that's why I'm so mad right now, because now you're going and you're just lying now to get me in serious trouble. That's a serious allegation. You can't just and you work for the Yale. You work for the hospital. You're a nurse and you're lying, and sending police after an innocent man, saying that he's beating somebody and neglecting them. No, come on. They're gonna hear it from me now. This is not acceptable. That's so demonic and so unnecessary. And they know I'm already going through hell myself right now. So why would you do that? You know, I mean, you make me think you're a little cuckoo, that you're not of obvious sound mind if you do things like that. I don't care if you have a medical degree or not. That's not, and you're probably just a nurse. I don't know. That's not normal. That you need to be checked out. That's really, to go out of your way and lie like that, knowing that you can get someone arrested or whatever. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get them to take her away? Because I think that's what you're trying to do. I really think you're trying to get them to put this woman in a state facility. And why would you want to do that to someone? That is just so evil. So evil. Yeah, I may have to. You know, I was already told again by the surgeon today, regarding myself, that I need to get an attorney anyway to get involved with my case about my health issues, because I'm being prevented from getting on disability. And he's like, Steve, you have every right to be on disability. You need it. I'm like, I can see from your MRIs, you're in serious trouble. He's like, but it's no consolation, but I'll tell you that I know somebody, another patient, who is literally totally paralyzed right now. He's like seriously, severely, can't walk, nothing, paralyzed. And they keep rejecting him too. So it's not just you. They're just brutal. They're just making it so no one can get on disability state assistance anymore. And the guy is literally crippled. He can't even walk. He can't even get out of a wheelchair. He's like quadriplegic. And they won't let him. They're saying he doesn't need disability. He can't even feed himself. He can't walk. He can't go any. He can't, nothing. He can't work. How is he not disabled enough to get on disability? It's sick. So, all right, let's see. So while I'm calling my lips are chapped. While I'm calling the lawyer again tomorrow to talk about what I need him to do for disability, I'm going to have to have him see what he's going to do against these people at Yale for doing this to me and Donna. Exactly. She drives me crazy, that's for sure, but still, I don't neglect her. Exactly, I know, but then the attorneys take a big chunk of the disability when it comes in, and that's not fair because I applied over a year ago. Close to 2 years ago now, and I got denied 2 or 3 times already. It's just not fair that they have to prorate or give me back pay from the moment I first applied. But that's a serious chunk of money I'm going to lose to the attorney, because they take a large percentage out of it. And that's not fair because I've been struggling financially for over 2 years when I should have been on disability right after I was paralyzed. Remember, for 2 months. Fighting for my life, so I needed to be on it then, and so I have every right. I lost my job and everything because of this, so they really do owe me the back pay for denying me disability all this time. So I definitely need a lawyer now, and even the surgeon told me again, he's like, you got to get a lawyer. That's the first time a Yale surgeon actually said, I advise you to get a lawyer. You're gonna need one. And so I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to sue you guys for doing this to me. He's like, not to sue us, to get on disability. And I'm like, okay. All right, anyway, I got to get off this phone. The battery's down to like 2%, and I got to my food is beyond frozen cold now, so I got to eat cold French fries, and oh well, can't talk and eat at the same time. But to those of you causing all this trouble for me in life, I resent you. I'm really angry. You're a jerk, but I have to forgive you. But you know what? In some ways, you're giving me more content for my videos. I mean, I really like to not have to talk about this stuff. I'd rather talk about more important stuff, like, getting to heaven and stuff. But these are the trials and tribulations that Christians have to go through on a daily basis down here, because we live in an evil, fallen world full of unchristian people who are a bunch of Karens, and they run around just trying to lynch us any chance they get for any reason at all, just to make our life hell, more hell than it already is, because we're already walking the road of the cross, and then they got to add weight to that cross, and more nails and more thorns, just because they can, because they hate God and they hate us for the God we represent, and they don't think normal. I am telling you, and I'm going to end the video with this. It is my opinion, actually, but I think it's a fact. Anyone who hates Jesus Christ or hates Christianity, or who's not a Christian by now, with everything going on in the world, there's something wrong with you. You're sick. You're either very sick in the head. There's really something psychologically wrong with you. Or, because if you like darkness and evil and sin and everything that God hates and says not to do, there's something wrong with you. That's not even normal. It's not even human. There's something very wrong with you. You're mentally unstable, and obviously you can tell by who you vote for, what you stand for. Abortion, transing kids, and all that stuff. You're sick. You're sick in the head. You are like 1 inch from being a demon. And I really think that whether you're sick in the head or just demonically oppressed or possessed, whatever it is, that's not normal. That is not how a person made in the image and likeness of God thinks and behaves. It's just not. It's not okay. It's not normal. You're the one that's sick, not us Christians. We're normal. We're the way God intended us to be. You are the one that's breaking the mold. You're the one that's not right. So I know you're not going to want to believe that or hear that, but you're what's wrong with this world. You keep saying Christians are what's wrong. Religion's what's wrong with society. No, it's the lack of religion. It's the lack of Christ that's wrong with society. You are the problem, not us. And you know that, but you're too narcissistic to ever admit it, because you're a child of the devil. You're a chip off of Satan's old block. And of course you're going to think like him and act like him, and, because that's all you do. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning, so no wonder you act the way you do. Have a nice night. Hold on, Pam. I just got to catch up on your comments here. And the reason I have to read the comments now is because for some reason, if I don't read the comments now, when I end the video and I try to go back and read the comments later, I can't see them anymore. It won't show me the comments. So if I don't get back to you or your comments, just because I'm not allowed to see them after I end my video. I don't know why. Other people might be. I can't. I try. I go back later and to go read them, because when I'm trying to make the video, I can't really read and answer all the questions at the time, but I like to go back and read and see what you said and respond back privately. But I can't. Once the video ends, for some reason, I never get to see the comments anymore. It'll tell me there was a bunch of likes or comments, but it won't show them to me on my end. I have no idea why, but I have my suspicions that it's probably to keep us from communicating. I don't know if it happens to all of you or just me. I already know my page is already under watch all the time. It's always being trolled and attacked and silenced and censored and blocked and deleted and all kinds of stuff. So what it is, we're stuck down here. The devil's running things right now, and he's a royal pain. So, and him and his little minion, because people, human beings who do these things are not right in the head, and they're obviously working for the enemy, because I'm just telling the truth. And when they want to block and silence and try to prevent the truth from being spread, no matter what it is, whether we're talking about politics or religion or whatever, if I'm telling the truth, and the only person who hates truth is Satan and his demons and his children. And what I mean by children is, Jesus said clearly, you're either a child of God or a child of Satan. There's no in between. You either belong to the Father or you belong to the devil. And most of y'all belong to the devil. And he made that clear, and that's very obvious, and you'll know them by their fruit. And when you sit here doing stuff like this all day long, I mean, think about it. You got hired at a job, and your job is to make the lives of truth speakers and Christians living hell, to troll their social media pages and block them and delete their content, and to remove their freedoms of speech. When we live in a free country and we have amendment rights, and this is your job. You elected to do this. I already know there's some screws loose in your head. If that's what you chose to do for a living, to go there and censor the American people, your fellow neighbor, and basically push Nazism and make it so nobody has rights or freedoms or liberties anymore, except for your freedoms. So it's okay for you to dye your hair every color of the rainbow and trans yourself and be a pedophile, and that's okay. You can get away with it. But we who are normal, we're not allowed to be normal. We're not. It's a crime to be normal. It's a crime to be a Christian. It's a crime to speak the truth, to be moral individuals, to be patriots. But you can say whatever dumb thing falls out of your head, your delusional head. You can say you're a cat today, and everybody's got to play along in your game and say, okay, you identify as a cat. Meow. And that's okay. That's normal. You're kooky dukes. There's something wrong. Very wrong. If you think you're a cat, or you're a man and you think you're a woman, or vice versa, there's something wrong with you. And I'll tell you the first thing that's wrong with you: you don't fear God. And the second thing that's wrong with you: you don't love God. And the third thing that's wrong with you: you don't have God. And the fourth thing that's wrong with you: you don't know God. And the fifth thing that's wrong for you is that he don't know you. Have a nice night.